To control the tempo. So now, ladies and gentlemen, the drafts has been done. We're jumping into Broken Walls for game number 2 of this grand finals. Now we're gonna give it back to Leo, Trex, and Mirko.
Select adjustments coming in from these two teams going into game number 2. Will Alter Ego's changes spell a different result, or will Aurora continue to push forth?
I like it at this point. I mean, here's my big problem coming from Aurora. Coming from Aurora for AE. The Sora right now, I think, was the winning piece of this draft in my mind. I think it's something that it's gotten overlooked in the last game, and right now coming in, it's going to be something that can jump into the back line, can do damage to Arfi, can get onto Hijume, and can also be a nice, bulky frontliner for Aurora Gaming PH.
Is the best way to win a draft from the red side, using red 5 this well.
Yeah, it's really, really good by Aurora Gaming Philippines there, but I think for Alter Ego, they built a very, very good core foundation for those neutral objective takes. The Yuzong with the Suyo. It seems to be the answer against the Leomord right now. SRG played it, got a really good game against Alter Ego.
It's one of the few key wins on the hero that has almost been forgotten since last year's World Championships. Also, the reason why this is such a comfortable Suyo game for Yasuke is there's only really one painful source of magic damage, and that's Yue. Yep. And this lineup, I'd say, is built to hunt down Yue. Nino on the Yuzhong, even Alec can, get pokey and kick him right out of the skies.
Yeah, but getting the Grok and then getting the Leomord is something that's going to be able to stop that. It's something that's going to be a big problem for Alter Ego. And last game, Yasuke also had a nice hunting hero, but he wasn't able to find the angles. So this time, a lot of it's going to come down to, can he finally get past Aurora Gaming to those heroes?
Turtle spawning in the lower quarter of the map. You'll see that the Claude will try to push fast, clear it, get double waves, and then join the fight.
After a long time of not seeing Suyo, well, hold on, DaeMon-X gets completely zoned. This is a Turtle 1 take for free for Alter Ego, unless Edward gets kind of petrified. Now it's going to be Alec with a way to drag him, but it's going to be Edward who's still able to go for the CC immune just a bit. Now take it very low, flickers out of safety as Hijume can't get quite close enough.
Frederick, you were saying?
I was saying, the Suyo, it's so rarely picked up that a lot of teams going up against it would just not be prepared for it. But it seems like for Aurora Gaming Philippines, they know how fast a Suyo can go, and that's why Yue, Edward, Domeng, they're playing it so safe.
Yeah, but can they stop it from its speed? We're already seeing a first turtle go into Alter Ego. This might not be a composition that Aurora Gaming wants to take the super slow route to. At some point, they do need to try to fight it out.
And I think that's dictated by their jungler. You kind of want to snowball, not as fast as you would like a true assassin, but with a Leomord, you kind of want to get the most out of that power spike you get when you have your War Axe and then your Brute Force. From there, you kind of feel unstoppable. I know I did this morning. They're trying to jump on Edward. I think Nino knew that Yue was hiding in there.
Something was fishy about that.
Again, you don't see it. That means you see it.
Taking a look at the items right now. Arfi looking for Hunter Strike or an impossible early Sky Piercer. He's going to go straight to Sky Piercer,
He's going to skip it.
Did that yesterday as well. He likes to go for that Sky Piercer on, but wing!
Great reaction from Hijume, but it's a bit late now. Has to burn the Flicker. So it's light with the Flicker and also Hijume.
Both teams really just testing the waters right now. No big full commit engages, but seeing what the other team is going to do.
His limit testing, and now Arfi, Hijo de Oro, finds that early Sky Piercer. Now it's up to Alter Ego to ride that wave.
No red tree, and Yuzuki didn't even get it there, the green camp. So this is info for DaeMon-X to utilize.
So last time that we saw Arfi go for this early Sky Piercer, there was a quick gank up to the gold lane. I mean, either after this turtle or maybe even give up the turtle and go for it, but it's all about trying to get Arfi these stacks as soon as possible.
Time's a ticking. We'll see if that kind of rotation will be the play for Alter Ego. But what is clear is they want this second turtle. Massive presence from El Familia here. Aurora Gaming want to contest.
Edward jumping in. Hijume no Flicker. Going to be brought back into the Predator airstrike now. Hijume taking very low. Plays into right from Domeng.
And back to the Lord. Edward does find the kill, but DaeMon-X finds Nino!
It's an all-out win for Aurora Gaming Philippines. Yue trying to go for a stun onto RP now, 3-0, and even a turtle taken by Aurora.
Say what you will about Aurora's draft, it being very ult-dependent and timing reliant. They found the perfect timing. They used every single ult that mattered to take down 3 members of AE and the second turtle too. That's one of the major problems I have with the Suyo. When the hero was big, this was still one of the major problems. Is there's too many dudes in there. And look at this major cut.
Oh, Dragon, good sidestep by Demon, kind of ganking the bottom lane. Nino gonna be dove on now as they turret juggle, and Edward takes to the skies to pick up a killing spree.
Aurora Gaming giving Alter Ego the Alter Ego treatment right now.
Right, caught on the way to Dragon now. They're gonna give over a stack to RP, so they get something on the map, but Aurora get more value.
It's a good trade for the Northern Lights, an XP laner and a turret for a lone roamer. It's very rare that El Padre Nino gets told what to do. That's just not how it works. Even when they're losing, he's usually the one who wins the lane, who tries to gain back parts of the map. But here, that's a non-starter. Aurora Gaming are dictating the pace, and how unfortunate is it that it's in that same side of the map that the final turtle will spawn.
Another big problem, Yasuke already taking this death, right? And even when Suyo was meta, it wasn't a hero that you wanted to die this early on. It wasn't a hero that you wanted to lose turtles on. And now that that's happened in the current meta, I'm wondering how far back is Yasuke as of now?
We'll see in the items. We'll check in just a bit. The final turtle will be spawning about 50 seconds. Big fight starts!
All in, you blink and you miss it. RP disintegrated. Now they're just trying to go for the defense. Petrify onto Wars. Dome, Nino going at it over. Gets the knockup as well. Nino on the back now doing more damage as DaeMon-X goes in with a steed and runs through Nino.
2 members down on the side of Alter Ego Esports. A huge gank from Aurora Gaming, sending RP back to the base.
El Familia is getting crumbs. Alms. Yasuke is starving. All that upstairs for a turtle. The math doesn't check out. Edward spots Hijime here, goes into thunder form.
Jose in on the Hijime, forcing a flicker. Edward with a flicker himself. Now RP trying to go for the damage, but it's Yue with the shot. RP getting barriered away now. Low gets smacked by Light.
There is no escape right now from Aurora Gaming Philippines. Alec does jump in though.
What a peel there, tectonic charge, and the blazing duet from Domeng! Nino taking very low, so able to sustain for some bit. Domeng goes back in, Nino still there. It's gonna be Alan with Jikundo and Yasuke now. Going out of a DaeMon-X as his horse.
Alec just trying to get away, but DaeMon-X doesn't want to let it happen. Yasuke look for the re-engage.
Spoiler canceled, now the blade surge backward, feathered airstrike coming down, and they zone Alter Ego from the purple buff.
Let me commend a play that happened off screen that made the tail end of that sequence immaculate for Aurora Gaming PH. DaeMon-X used the Phantom Steed just to get there.
Yep.
So again, the map awareness and communications on Aurora Gaming side is on another level. Yesterday, last night, back-to-back, 2 teams that are so good at fighting, so good at macro. SRG and Liquid, they did not play this way.
Nope, they did not. And the mechanical awareness on top of that, Leo. Light canceled out the dive from Nino, which would have been a sure kill.
You know, at this point, we just saw the gold spread. Overall, the 2,000 gold lead is pretty divided between 5 members of Aurora Gaming. Alter Ego still not completely out of this, but if it continues on this track, it's gonna be tough for them. Whoa!
Go Hijime back, feathered airstrike, so much thrown at Hijime, and he can't handle it. Neither can Nino, he has to use the Black Dragon form defensively.
This was the MO for SRG last night. That one game they won, and that game 4, where it seemed like they were gonna equalize, they attacked the heart of Alter Ego's lineup. They attacked Hijime, denied him the game, denied him from playing, but here, it's all the more evident. The Zushin's short to mid-range utility isn't accessible at this time. Lured for free going over to Aurora.
You know, looking at the back at the draft. That's okay.
No blade surge. Edward jumps in and kills him.
Edward on a tanky Sora, still packing such a huge punch. I think he could 1v1 just about anybody on Alter Ego Esports right now.
Mirko, Trex, I've never seen Edward this driven. He plays the same game as he did with the Lapu Lapu.
Oh, light.
6-1 and 4.
Oh, wait.
He found the angle.
This is nasty.
You know how light does this.
The tech charge, now Edward with a pullback on RB, and he gets the killing spree, but Edward gets shut down. You were able to stun over on Hijume.
2 members for the price of Edward, plus huge amounts of space right before the Lord meets the base.
No matter what Team Light plays for, RSG, TNC, Warcaster Force, Bigitron,
XBT.
and now Aurora, he's the same high IQ player, finds that massive tech charge. Holy Shield up top popped. Alter Ego looking to protect the real estate. Bottom lane is gonna pop as well. 5K up Aurora Gaming.
You know what I was saying was, I feel like that first phase of drafting, the Jushin was not worth giving over the Grok and the Leomord. I think you take the Grok, you take the Leomord, you give over the Jushin and the other one, and you still get the Barza. Anything, I think Alter Ego, not just in the gameplay, but also the draft, they are getting outmaneuvered right now, and there needs to be an answer soon.
Man, another airstrike over on RP, doesn't have flicker. And now it's gonna be the barrier coming down again. It's Edward. Go into the skies, trying to go for a slam. Yazuke in the bottom lane. Just really trying to go for a trade, but the waves aren't crashing in just yet.
Yazuke looking for some bottom lane play. Anything, and this is what Yazuke always does well. Even when they're losing, he looks for playing the map. He steals away buffs, he finds towers. He's able to play the map a bit, and it's gonna staunch the bleeding slightly, right? It's a small band-aid on a big flesh wound.
And that flesh wound is ringing to the tune of 5,000 gold up. Half a minute till the Lord spawns upper quarter. Alter Ego Esports can only pray and hope to get lucky to contest because the map doesn't belong to them at all. Demon Kite can willy-nilly rough shot, just hit the Phantom Steed, and what, 10 seconds later, be the same kind of threat. Alter Ego Esports, I'll say now, one of their possible win conditions, their outs here, is to get a pick off on Yue. That's a start.
Yeah, Alex got to make a big play, some sort of big kick, but the thing is, his Light is outmaneuvering him time and time again. Nino can't even go in with a big black dragon and look for these big petrifies because DaeMon just shreds him down.
Oh, Alec.
Found a bad spot.
Way too aggressive. Edward didn't want to go for the flicker just yet, but the airstrike coming down over on Alec as Yasuke gets pulled back, but is able to blade surge out of there. And now it's Aurora knocking on Alter Ego's base.
Lord's gonna spawn in about 20 seconds. Hijume still unable to find his footing. He's miserable in a situation like this. He can't clear waves as effectively as Yue, and he's on the back foot. How does this national champion throw back to his days in Bali, 2022, the prime of his career? How do they close this 7,000 gold gap? Not inside the base, I'll tell you now. It's got to come from somewhere else.
Already a winner crown for DaeMon-Kite at this point, which means he can be even more aggressive on this big advance. DaeMon-Kite now starting off for the Rose Gold, making him be able to be even more aggressive. They are preparing for this attack like they're gonna try to end it here.
That is the Lord up top, gonna crash into that turret. Say goodbye. Bottom lane and mid seems to be the point of contention. The defense, feathered airstrike by Yue. Not much of a response.
They force the Crimson Beacon out from Hijume. Light just fainted. He went, huh! And Hijume reacted. He flinched. 2 base turrets on the sides. That is the worst combo you could find. And again, it's what LaFell said. Roxa, that combo, brother, is too much.
I'm partial to Farok. And there's the Farsa starting it up. Phantom Steed from DaeMon-Kite. Turn in mid, about to go down.
Edward, oh my god, Light jumps in again! Tech charge! Now Hijume taking low, they're still able to go for it. Nino with the Fears down in the petrify, but he won't be able to lock them down for long. A cannon in the mid lane as Edward dives in with a crown. Yasuke clears out the cannon in, but they have another wave.
RP with a couple of free shots and down. Not yet, Edward able to just get away again.
He's ticking down! Hijume able to get a shutdown. Demon Count on the horse again. Jumps on Yasuke. Bang! Hijume gets away with the Crimson Beacon. DaeMon-X on the base. They can't just end it right here as Nino jumps in, but Yue!
RP keeps on kiting back and forth. He's able to push him away with a couple more shots.
Alpha Amelia stands, still breathing. A 10th left on the base, refusing to go down.
Edward got some kind of plot armor, brother. After losing M4, now in the same arena, something's clicking.
At this point, I mean, I couldn't even see his health bar at that point.
Yeah.
And the shell residue was on him. There was no reason for him to be able to walk out of that alive right now. He's got the Jakarta energy right now. It's in favor.
You saw his soul almost leave his body, but his body pulled it right back. He's like, no, I ain't dying here. Not today.
He was burning. There was a little bit of a sting there from Hijime, but he refused to go down. The map is going to correct itself given the moment of melancholy for Alter Ego. They get to get out of their base for the first time in a while. They get to push out, but with all of their base turrets taken out, where do they find a play? I'll tell you now, it's got to come from Nino somewhere, somehow. He's the only real easy way in.
They got to go back to back. It can't just be Nino, because Nino, he can bait out the Purify, but then what, right? You need someone else to follow up on the Purify that's used.
I hate this. This is rough. Right now,
Pops in the Crimson Beacon, it's now or never now. Light jumps in the backline, won't be able to find anything now as Ale goes for the Raiders Dragon. He says Suki is able to go for the Blazers, but now Edward!
RP taken out along with Yasuke. Wait, yes.
He gets stomped to the ground, curb stomp, that's Yue. In a 1v1 against Nino as Domain goes for the BMI! Domain! Guns Hijime down! Now with the base next to the chopping block, and Aurora go 2-0 in the grand finals.